When you want to make a quilt for someone special in your life, you really want to put some time and effort into picking out that fabric.
Well, today we got some great kits for you. It's all about hobbies today.
Keep watching. Hi, it's Donna Robertson.
And John Nossel with Fabric Cafe.
We've got a great show today.
Oh, we do.
And we can't wait to get started. So let's start with the first one. Okay, this one is called So Fast. And when you're making a quilt for someone, you want it to look really cool, but you don't mind if it's a little fast to get it made too. So let's put that one up here. And John, hand me the cropper because I want to talk about this one. I want to show you why this one is so fast. Now this is also good if you have a directional fabric. We've written the pattern so that you put the directional fabric in your number one position.
That's a great point to bring out on that.
Yes, and let me show you. This is how easy it is to make the block. And the blocks that are in the horizontal position are going to be your number one fabric. So this could take a directional fabric, or in this case we've used a tossed fabric. But this is the way this block is made. You simply make a strip set, you cut the units, and voila, you've got a block. Now the same exact thing is done over here with your next two fabrics. It is made the same exact way. We have 3 strips of fabric, you cut the unit, and you finished with that one. Now this one will be turned. So if you want to do a directional fabric, put it in the number one spot.
I think this one definitely lives up to its name.
This is the number one fabric. It's going to go in that number one spot that I showed you. And the number two fabric, I love pin cushions. I don't know why, but I've always loved pin cushions.
I know several people actually collect them.
Yes, but I remember I was so excited when I started 7th grade home economics and I got my sewing supplies and I got a pin cushion. It's funny, the little things in life, right?
It is.
So this goes in the number 2 spot. It's our lightest of our 3 fabric. And then the darkest is going to be your sashing that we create with those strip piecing and also a border and a binding. Now this one is called Love You So, and it's 8023101. The pattern is called So Fast. And the fabric is also available by the yard. So if there's something in here that you love and you want to make maybe some pillows or something, you could do that as well.
I think one of the neat things about our design, our patterns is that you can use any fabric in any one of our patterns.
That's so
and
cool.
Here's a great example of that. And I know that a lot of people just love playing games. You know, whether it's video games or board games. I've got a friend at church that just is a board game junkie. I mean, it's like every time you turn around, he's going, "Oh man, I got this great new game," and so he's always fun and trying to invite us over to get us to play games. So it's really fun to hear what he's got going on. So this is a great one for those gamers. We've got the great chess pieces here on that, and again, this is our number one fabric. It's going to go in those horizontal blocks here, and then our number 2 is these little crowns. I think it's another great thing because there's a lot of games that are talking about being that that royal person or different things like that in some of those games. So that's a neat one for our number 2 block in the lighter verticals that we have here. And then this number 3 is really a neat, and this is actually a gold metallic on this black. And that's such a neat design that they have on the fabric, and it's going to really get these two to pop on this. So we've got a rendering of this on screen, or an image of that on screen, that take a look at that, and it really looks neat on that.
I really like that. It really changes the look of the pattern by changing the fabrics.
It does, and that black really gets those 2 motifs that we've got here to really pop nicely. So this one is called King's Gambit, and it's 8022175, and again, it's using that So Fast pattern.
The next one is called City Lights, and this one from right out of the box, so to speak. Whenever we introduced this quilt, it just blew our customers away. They loved this one. It's called City Lights. We're going to put it up on the table. We don't have that fabric, but we have some fun fabric here. And you know, when it comes to hobbies, I've known people who love to dance. They learn how to ballet when they're young, and they do it all of their life. We have a friend down in Florida that we see once a year, and she is retired now, and she still takes ballet and she takes jazz and she loves to dance. That is her hobby.
And there's nothing cuter than the whole line of little girls up there in their little tutus and doing all of that.
Well, I haven't been to a recital yet for one of hers that wouldn't, I mean, she'd probably be taller than everybody. No, she does live in a retirement community and they offer dance. And
how fun.
Isn't that cool? I love it. So this is the number 1 fabric. It's going to go in the blocks here. And then the number 2 fabric is our background, which will really offset the purple as it dances up the quilt. Isn't that pretty?
Great.
This is going to be a lovely quilt, and I'm sure that anyone, well, no matter their age, are going to love it. It's 8022342 Pirouette. City Lights is your pattern, and Fast and Fun is the book that's in.
So our next one up is one of those neat designs that we have because it's out of our Christmas book and it's called Favorite Things, but we can change it up and use other fabrics in it. So let's put this up on the table and take a look at that.
Pieces and parts.
With pieces and parts. Can't even get better than that. So like I said, this is this design is out of our Make It Christmas book, and I think this is going to be a great example of being able to mix it up, and you aren't required to use Christmas fabric in these designs.
So true.
So let's get into this one and take a look at this. So like I said, we got pieces and parts here, and this is a great one to show off some focus fabrics with, and we've got a really fun focus fabric here. Y'all know how much I enjoy motorcycles, and this one I think is a really neat design with this. So we've got our first block that is simply kind of like almost like a half snowball.
Well, sort of. It's just a little bit bigger corners taken off.
Yeah, there's a new term for us in the industry, a half snowball.
A half snow. We make it up as we go along.
We're trend setting here. They are a little bit bigger than a snowball would be, but this is a really easy to do design on this. So our first block is going to come in here for our number 1 fabric, and it's going to make this start going together really nicely. I'll drop another one over here, and then our second block that we have on that is made with our number 3 fabric as the focus on this, and that lighter gray on the background. And I really like this gray. It's a nice style of fabric on that.
I like that too.
And then we start having this in there, and it goes together really nice and quick. So this is almost one of those quickest, the fastest designs out of this book, I think.
Yes.
So it's a really nice design on that. So let's take a look at this fabric. And so our number 1 fabric again is this motorcycle theme that we have on this, with the flags and the stars and kind of that grungy background look on it. It's really I love this design. And then our number 2, which is again that background to get everything else to pop nicely, is this nice gray. It almost kind of looks like it's been a watermark or something like that. And then our number 3 fabric is the blue with the stars on it, and that's going to be not only in our secondary blocks here, but also out here on the borders too. Really a cool guy design on this one.
I would really like to know if anybody's seeing quilt kits that would be perfect for someone in their life, and share that with us. Or maybe you want to make it for yourself.
Exactly.
Let us know in the comments.
So this kit is called Full Throttle, and it's 8023102, and it's using that Favorite Things from the Make It Christmas book, or we've got an alternate pattern of Checkmate.
Next up is Happy Go Lucky. And this one was fun to make because it's got that big wide strip that goes across the quilt. It's a row quilt that you then make just a row of blocks. And I just could see a kid holding a pinwheel running down the street being as happy as they could possibly be. So let's put that up on the table and we'll look at Happy Go Lucky. And we have this wonderful bike. Isn't that pretty? And I've never been a big motorcycle or bicycle kind of a person, but I do have friends that love biking. And this is this is a romantic bike too.
Well, I know people that like to travel as a hobby, and this just reminds me of Paris.
Oh, that's a good point. It does. Or could it be Rome too? Because I want to go to Rome. Okay, this is going to be in the big wide strip that goes right here. And then the number 2 fabric is going to always be your lighter fabric, and that's going to go here in the light section. And then the number 3 fabric is the darkest. That will be here. So that light fabric really causes the pinwheels to pop off of the surface of the quilt. I just think this one is a very sweet fabric, and I think somebody's going to really like that.
Definitely.
I have a image on the screen. You'll want to see this one made up. It's so cute. And it's nice too because this really accommodates that directional fabric nicely. You're not going to have to turn it one way or the other to see those bikes.
Yeah, you know, if you like those images that we've been putting up on screen here, we've got a whole lot more of those that we share on our Instagram.
That's right.
So be sure to go up there and subscribe to our Instagram, and you can see some other great ideas and things that we're sharing with you up there.
Now this kit is Pedal Power 8022474. Happy Go Lucky is the pattern, and it's from the book Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts.
So our next one up is called Tic Tac, and it seems like I'm getting all of the double focus designs today. So this has got another double focus in it, and let's put that up on the table and show you what fabric we have. And I know that there's a lot of people that love to read.
Me.
And, you know, so this is going to pick you. So this is a great one because, you know, I know that, you know, I've got friends that I went to school with, and they just always had a book open in front of them, whether it was at lunch or wherever they always were reading. And so there's, this would be a great one for them. So our focus fabric on this is great. It's going to be in here where our larger block is for our number 1 fabric. So we'll have those books and those couches and lights and all of that right here in our number 1. And then our number 2 fabric is these glasses. And I know that Fran has a whole lot of different glasses, and I kind of see some of those in here. And so those glasses are going to be our number 2 fabric, which is going to be in our second block that we have here. And then our number 3 fabric, because after all, we love to read, so we had to get some hearts in here. And that's going to be out here where our sashing is on these blocks. And this is going to be a really fun design and would be perfect to just curl up with a good book and enjoy it. So we've got an image up on screen for you showing you what this looks like, and I think it just really has some nice contrast in it and just is just adorable. So this one is called Readerville, and it's 8023004, and again it's using that Tic Tac pattern, and that is out of the Easy Peasy book.
Harmony is one that I named it Harmony because it looked like those Zen rocks that you see where they stack up the rocks and they don't necessarily, they're just in balance. I like that. So let's put that one up here on the table. And we have more sewing.
I don't know, are there any people that have a sewing hobby out there?
I'm sure no one that sews watches, right?
No.
We know that you're going to like this one too. This one is a bright and happy sewing. And you know, a lot of people will sit in a chair in their sewing room and maybe put the Fabric Cafe videos up on their iPad or their tablet and watch it while they're maybe doing a little handwork. So this would be perfect for you to put in your lap while you're doing some handwork.
That's so true.
This is the number 1 fabric. It's going to go in this section here, and this is a snowball. I mean, John was talking about snowballs earlier, but this is a snowball here with all 4 corners. You'll add the little triangle there. And then the number 2 fabric is this beautiful green that picks up all the greens. There's several shades of green in this.
Those are great.
And this will be in your background, and it will cause these other 2 fabrics to really pop. And look at this fun stripe. And this is a stripe that will be going this way. It's great. You don't have a lot of seams to match up in this quilt. So, you know, you don't have corners that you have to worry about too much. And no matter how experienced you are, you just like to get on with it and not worry about those corners too much. But the stripe is just a simple block that you're cutting. You're doing a strip piecing, but you don't have to worry about matching up strips. So it's a great, easy to make quilt. And this one is called Brightly Sewing, 8023103. Harmony is your pattern. It's from the book Easy Does It. And an alternate pattern would be Pretty Please. That was fun, but I don't think we even scratched the surface of how many hobbies there are out there.
That's right. So if we didn't cover one today, you know, tell us one that we might be able to cover in a future show.
It's Donna Robertson.
And John Nossel with Fabric Cafe.
Thanks for watching.